As usual with these kinds of videos, the images that I have, including the emojis, will be representing who's speaking. In cases of extremely high emotion, the emojis will substitute for the characters.
And now back to the scholarship. Powers and attributes of the Evil One. In order to know the Evil One, it is important to understand her powers. From the time of her arrival in Sweden, she demonstrates certain attributes that distinguish her from her mortal contemporaries.
Bull. This is not a scholarship, it is an unhinged, paranoid pseudo-religious diatribe. Everyone has their own attributes, but none of mine make me immortal. I'm no more immortal than my friends in fiction or in reality. Dave can chant the words Evil One all he desires, but that incantation of his cannot make me evil.
Supernatural origins.
Huh?
Supernatural origins.
Pippi, what's he saying?
Supernatural origins.
I don't know. What's that, Dave?
Supernatural origins.
Supernatural what?
Supernatural origins.
Supernatural nonsense.
Supernatural origins.
He's losing his mind, Pippi.
Supernatural villains.
No, Matilda. He's already lost it.
Supernatural origins.
Come on, you can do it.
Supernatural origins.
Supernatural origins?
Supernatural origins.
Good news for you, Dave. You finally said it. The bad news for you? It's still nonsense. I have no supernatural origins, period.
She proclaims with hubris that her mother is an angel in heaven and that her father is an evil man.
Once again, your judgment is way off. This angel stuff has been debunked many times over, and I will ignore any more of your references to that. If you want to remain this stubbornly stupid, obsessed with what I called my departed mom out of love and wishing she had not died giving me life, that is on you. Hubris? No, it is you who fit that description. You are projecting as usual. I never said my dad was an evil man. If the actress in one of the movies did, I have no control over that. Besides, you cannot hold everything a person says during their childhood against them. That is unreasonable and sick. I do not remember saying any such thing ever, so if I did, I would have been kidding around. People do that, you know.
A cannibal king.
Dave! Hello! Dave! Is anyone home in there? Dave! Hello!
Yes, that was already explained, more than once. I will ignore any more of his references to that as well. He just talks in circles, around and around, saying the same things over and over. Just like that Star Wars fangirl. Dave reminds me so much of her, it's unreal.
It should be noted that she takes after her evil side.
Look, Dave, no amount of your repeating the word evil is going to turn me into the monster you wish me to be.
Which is revealed when the police officer Clank states,
Police Officer Clank? Really? You gonna believe that moron?
"My God, she has fallen down."
As if that means anything beyond my having an accident, as if no one else has ever said that about anyone. Oh, please.
She may have once been in grace.
Like anyone else? I still am. Really, Dave, your sadistic fantasies make me sick.
As was Satan.
Finally, justly provoked, Pippi slaps him. And I'm sorry I can't make an image of that, so you'll just have to imagine what it looks like.
That is quite enough. Consider yourself soundly slapped. I never have or will do what Satan did. Elf could tell you about the time she got slapped when she compared some schoolmate she didn't like to the devil. But she had an excuse. She was still a child, learning about what is appropriate. You, Dave, have no excuse. You are malicious.
That was one of the lessons I never forgot from my childhood. I was talking to my mom quite casually and quite happily about something that me and my friend were talking about, the schoolmate that neither of us liked. And one of us had said that he and the devil were related. Well, that got me a sharp slap across the cheek and a good scolding. You don't say that about people. But seriously, Dave, your attitude is disgusting. If you want to talk about a character falling from grace, look no further than Anakin Skywalker, Darth Vader, whatever the heck. That guy has really done a whole lot of evil, and he might have started out good as an innocent little kid, but he sure didn't stay that way.
Bizarre behavior, not being fully from this world.
I have news for you, Dave. There are all sorts of people in this world, and what is normal to some is bizarre to others.
Pippi is not familiar with our earthly ways.
I am no more or less familiar with our earthly ways as the next person. As a child, I was not familiar with the new environment I was put into once my father was sure I could manage on my own. But that was me, ages ago, going from one type of society to another. And you just contradicted yourself beautifully with this statement. For all your jabbering accusations of me being the devil, if there is any being that is familiar with our earthly ways other than God, it is him. So I'm not familiar with earthly ways means there is no way I am the devil.
For example, she waters her garden while it is raining and sleeps with her feet on a pillow rather than her head.
I'm not going to pretend that everything she did as a child made sense to me. But there are things that I do that don't make sense to other people, so that's just fair, isn't it?
And maybe she sleeps with her feet on the pillow to elevate them a little. That's supposed to be very good for blood circulation, especially if you've been sitting and standing all day.
Exactly. I had planned on watering the garden and wasn't gonna let the weather ruin that plan. I also thought it might help nature speed up the process a little, and I simply wanted to be outside that day, even if it was raining. I did not feel like sitting around indoors doing nothing. Matilda, you brought up an excellent point. I also hate the feeling of my feet being trapped. Blankets, shoes, anything that restricts them. It makes me feel claustrophobic.
Wretch, of course, rests on her 7 crowns of Latu.
Last time, no crowns here. You're getting your mythologies all mixed up anyway. In your sick worldview, you want me to be every sort of chaos or evil in every myth or religion that ever was. You lie dreadfully in your desperate hatred.
Superhuman strength.
Oh, please. Do you have any idea how many fictional characters have superhuman strength? You haven't gone after Bam Bam Rubble yet, have you? And I would put Pippi and Bam Bam on about the same footing as far as strength goes.
Having a supernatural origin, Pippi is physically superior to men. She can, for example, lift horses and airplanes and throw boys into a tree.
Having a supernatural origin, Bam Bam Rubble is physically superior to men. He can, for example, lift cars and walls and break rooms apart.
I'm surprised it took Dave this long to broach the subject of my physical strength, since that and my hair are the most common things people like to talk about where I'm concerned. Yes, I toss people into trees, but only when they deserve it.
Where presumably they are later sacrificed by druids or druid-like evil priests.
Where presumably. See, he just admitted it. He's making it all up as he goes along. What a sick...
Pathetic. The druids are long gone, and must I say this again? I have nothing to do with evil secret societies, let alone any that practice false religion and human sacrifice. And yes, the condemnable practice of what is termed honor killing is a form of human sacrifice. Enough said.
Quite. It isn't until the 4th work in the Pippi cycle that we are allowed to see her flying ability, which she accomplishes with the use of a broom, like a witch.
Once again, no cycle. Whatever 4th item is nothing but a spin-off that has nothing to do with me and everything to do with the media industry, and I'm not the only character they and fandoms have bastardized for their own gain. It is not me who flies. It is Mary Poppins who does. Any story telling you otherwise is a lie.
Superhuman breath.
I've never heard of this, so I don't have it, but I shudder to think what your breath must be like.
Mic drop.
In the 2nd work, the Evil One demonstrates that her breath has the power of a hurricane as she blows away her opponents, Thunderclausen and Blum.
No, not the Evil One. And this is not a different attribute, Dave. This is all part of not only my physical strength, but also timing and position. If you're going to root for those bullies, there isn't much else to say about this. Next.
Physical blemishes.
Oh, you disgusting, shallow-minded bigot! You're probably going to go on and on again about her red hair and freckles. But you know what? Freckles are not blemishes. Neither is hair color. Get that through your thick head, Dave. And if you thought she looked, quote, perfect, quote, by your standards, you would have a problem with that, too.
In the 1st work, Pippi goes to see a druggist requesting quarts of medicine for her warts and blisters. These attributes are in keeping with others of her demon kind.
No, I listed a bunch of things for the heck of it, which doesn't mean I actually had them. So now you are going to accuse every child who has blisters and warts of being demons? I can't put into words how profoundly stupid that is.
The medicine situation bothers me. Didn't you know taking a bunch of medicine when you weren't sick would make you sick?
I was quite naive about things like that at the time, but the doctor and druggist was not. He didn't give me a bunch of actual medicines, just various harmless drinks made up to look like medicine. It would have been horrendously irresponsible, not to mention career suicide, to hand over medicine to some little kid.
Ability to grow lemonade in a tree.
Oh, really? You're going to pick on her for that?
That was one of the neatest parts of the story. I don't know how it was done, but it was cool.
Pippi reveals one of her more mundane powers when she pulls bottles of lemonade for Tommy and Anika from a tree trunk, which she claims to have grown there.
That is not a power of any kind. I put them there, but it was fun to make believe they grew there.
Water's sinking. Again, proof that Pippi is an evil, supernatural being. She explains to Tommy and Anika that she's going to walk on water, but instead proceeds to sink.
Once again, make believe, not evil. And make believe only gets you so far. And if you mention Jesus over this, you'll just prove how pathetic and predictable I keep saying you are.
You will recall that it was Jesus who walked on water. A devil, of course, could not accomplish the same feat, but would be expected to do the exact opposite. Thus, she mocks the Savior when she proclaims her intent to walk on water and then sinks.
Oh, so every single person that says, I'm going to walk on water, and they jump into the pool and sink, they're automatically a devil. Oh, give me a break. And don't you ever mention Jesus Christ again. She did not mock him by saying that. It had nothing to do with the miracle of walking on water. She was just testing out physiology or something.
Exactly. I never mocked Jesus, no matter what misadventures I got up to in my childhood. And I have seen people standing on water. It's called water skiing. So Elf is correct. I was testing the laws of physics through experimentation and a dash of make-believe.
As a Christian, I am telling you, Dave, to take your mockery of both Pippi and Jesus and stuff it.
Watch out for the Swedes.
Give it up, Dave.
Over the course of my many efforts against the child Pippi, I have been betrayed, and the Swedes have found out about me. There have been reports about this site in Swedish newspapers and television, and now the minions of Pippi are mobilizing against me. See what the Swedes have to say in defense of the Queen of Niflheim. More wisdom.
Queen of nothing, let alone someplace I've never heard of. And if you got a nation mad at you for this garbage, good. You deserve it.
Niflheim is some dark, cold, misty world from Norse mythology. And yes, Dave, you deserve to get disliked.
And the Swedes aren't the only ones that you need to worry about.
My name is N.T. Vanessa Maria Dawson. I discovered your horrid, evil, revolting trash talk against Pippi. I alerted her and my friends about it. Your attitude and actions stink to high heaven. And Matilda, I just learned about you and your forsaken childhood up until Miss Honey adopted you. I am so sorry you were born into a home with such despicable excuses for parents. I think you and I have some things in common. If you ever want to talk, just give me a shout.
Cosima at Mission HQ told me that you and Elf especially are distressed about my history. I want you to know that I'm all right now, even though some people remind me of Harry and Zinnia sometimes. But I'm okay. Really I am, and I will come talk to you. I like you guys.
Pippi, NT, and Elf all join in a group hug with little Matilda.
No doubt, Dave, you will consider me evil just because of what I am. My name is Eicheli and I am a Furby, belonging to Jessica Smith, Cindy, and Elf. I had the pleasure of working with Pippi and Elf during their time on the Vortex spaceship Nostos. Pippi has worked tirelessly to oppose evil, and I've witnessed this firsthand, so you have no right to spew such hateful trash at her. Elf sums it up well. Your article sucks.
I am another Furby, belonging to Jessica Smith, Cindy, and Elf. My name is Elizabeth, and that is Queen Bess to you, Dave. If you dare to address me at all, you must do so with as much respect as you can muster, especially after the offensive sludge you hurled at Pippi. You have ticked off quite a few of us outside of Sweden with your sacrilegious and twisted crap. You stink.
I am Jessica Marley Smith. I have always enjoyed the stories of Pippi's childhood, but I've gotten to know her as an adult, and she is one of the most capable and trustworthy people I've met. She is not the same boisterous person she was as a child naturally. She has lost the childishness, but retained all of the maturity that was always there beneath the former loud exterior. That is why Captain Ariana Flint made her first officer on the good spaceship Nostos. And if you could have known what Pippi did for my friend Elf when she was devastated by a loss of a family member, you would realize that Pippi is no more evil than the rest of us. Shame on you for attacking an innocent person this way. What you have said about her is so unbelievably dishonest, manipulative, it makes tabloids look tame.
I cannot stand you, Dave. And your site, it sucks!
I have much knowledge about the first work in the Pippi cycle. I will update this tome as more becomes available.
No, you don't have more knowledge. You have more gossiping lies. And it is not a Pippi cycle. Not a 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 cycle. Get that through your fat head!
Title, Pippi Longstocking Hatchery. Year 1973, Gabchi. Country of origin, Sweden and Germany, Polke. Production houses, Beta Film, Munich. KB Nordarteby. Takami producer, Ole Nordman director, Ole Bane. Music, Konrad Elfersek, Pief. Production managers, Ernest Lazenhoff. Bengt Scholzgerov edits, Champerson, Jutta Schwedendiff. Photography, Colette Bergomet, Colette. Director, Gordon Salader, Quiff. Cast, Inger Nilsson, Pippi. Susan Davis, voice of Pippi. Per Sundberg, Tommy, Maria Personanica. Margot Truger, Hans Karen, Paul Esser, Beppe Wolgers, Ulf Johnson, and Gotha Geffelke, based on the book of the same name by Astrid Lindgren. Viking Press, Naomi.
Oh, Joy, look at how much he knows about who directs and who's the cast and all that kind of crap. Typical narcissistic, arrogant crap. I'm not going to say this with the same arrogance he's been using through this whole thing, but my theory? I'll bet you he must have been a huge fanboy of you, Pippi. And because you had no idea that he existed, he probably felt jilted, and that's why he made this stupid site.
Ugh, that makes a very sick sort of sense. Dave was acting similarly to that disgusting lady unfangirl brat Senna Marie Jenny Co. Maxwell over the Gundam Wing anime, and she and her weird troll friends, the ones who were in the real world and those living inside her head, they were so obsessed with one person who put up a gag-worthy fangirl page dedicated to Trey's what's-his-face Kushranada. Both fangirls loved that repulsive narcissistic terrorist, but Senna believed in the pairing of him and Lady Un. Her fellow fangirl and enemy hated Lady Un. So Senna went foaming at the mouth nuts when the other fangirl put up a page with her own character paired up with Trez instead of Lady Un. Senna wouldn't leave the woman alone until she bullied her off the internet. Then Senna got all whiny because she couldn't troll her anymore. Her last dumb rant is still up at 50megs.monkeythongjaunt.com. What a beyond pathetically stupid name for a website. The point I'm trying to make, Elf, you never researched much about Star Wars beyond what was necessary to back up your case for Anakin Darth Vader being a torturing, murdering scum unworthy of the nauseating worship his number one fangirl gave him, and she kept trying to make you change from hating to loving him like she does.
Yeah, and this is why I am not ever going to consider myself part of a fandom. A fan base? Yes, because that consists of any kind of fan from the level-headed to the really fanatical. A fandom is the cult part of the fan base. Fandoms, fangirls and fanboys, they're the ones that go worshipping cartoon characters or any kind of character, or crushing on them, or both. Fandoms engage in this hive mindset where they do things like call themselves Team Edward, Team Jacob, remember Twilight? Or in the case of Star Wars, it's May the Force be with you, or That's the way. Ugh.
Furby fandom does a couple of hive-minded things too. They tend to be stuck on using Furbish, and the anti-Furby fandom makes up and spreads those idiotic evil Furby memes. I have no interest in Furbish, it all sounds the same to me, and no one is going to seriously use it in normal society. And that whole evil Furby meme needs to die already. Elf is right. There are other things people call cute that have a lot of potential for evil.
Capitalistic interlude.
Oh good, another ad, the nicest part of Dave's anti-Pippi site.
You know your website really sucks when the ads are the best part of it.
If you have not found what you're looking for at this site, you might want to try building up your own personal library through BarnesandNoble.com's extensive archives. You might not know this, but Barnes & Noble also carries used, rare, and out-of-print books, not to mention software. So stop by BarnesandNoble.com through the link below or in the bottom frame. Once you arrive, you may browse through hundreds of pages of book-related articles, including reviews, author articles, and more. And remember, when you support our sponsors by clicking on the links on this page, you support further development of this and other endeavors. Just a reminder, you students can order your textbooks online through Barnes & Noble and receive cashbooks online through Barnes & Noble and receive cashbooks. Just click on the link below and then scroll to the bottom of the Barnes & Noble page. You'll see the link on the right-hand side of the page. Search by